Hello and welcome to this session around our SAR, which is our self-assessment report, and our QIP, our quality improvement plan. So we spend a huge amount of time as a department in quality assurance in developing our self-assessment report. And our self-assessment report is a reflection of what we believe as us as an organisation is. But ultimately, it tells other people what they can expect to see from us. Therefore, the SAR must be done in an open, honest and transparent way. We grade ourselves just like Ofsted would grade us. So it's important that we don't sit in an ivory tower and that we understand what is going on from ground up. Therefore, it is vitally important that everybody involved in our institute understands our self-assessment process. And this information comes from a huge variety of sources. So the first source where we collect data from is clearly our learners. We will do learner questionnaires from early engagement, from sign up, to completion and progressions and pathways to outcomes. And it's important we collect that data because actually that's what provides us with a thorough understanding around what's going on. We collect data from our teaching staff, again with analysing, reflecting, questionnaires, observations of OTLs, A's, and we collate that data to help us draft our SAR. We'll grab it from employers, so again, beginning, middle and ends, and any partners that we work with. So our self-assessment report isn't just us sitting here going, this is what we think we are. It is an evidence-based document which tells us and tells the reader who we are as an organisation. So what's vitally important in a SAR is if you are asked to contribute towards it, you do, and you contribute in an open and honest way, because fabricating the truth or making us sound better than what we actually are can be incredibly detrimental to us as an organisation. If we have an inability to reflect honestly on our own performance, they will then judge us and say we're inadequate in effective leadership, effective management and effective teaching. Because if we were all working toward common goals and common outcomes, we would have a common way of understanding all of that, and it would read like that in our SAR. Please make sure that you complete any questionnaires when they're sent out to you, because it's important we get your voice and your opinions. It's part of the democracy process. It always makes me smile when people say I'm not involved. And then when you give people an opportunity to be involved, they don't voice their concerns or opinions. So the SAR isn't just a document which is produced by internal quality assurance. It is a document that is worked together in a collaborative way across the organisation and the employers. What that means is once the SAR is drafted and a draft copy comes out for you to read, that you read it and critique it. So please don't read it and just say, oh yeah, that's nice. Read it and challenge it. For example, in the areas, if it says outcome for learners and you think, well, I don't think we're very good at that, say, well, where's the evidence for this? Where have you got that information from? Because my belief is it's this. Don't be afraid to comment back to the SAR, because the person writing it will then want further evidence to justify why you've said that or why you've not said that. It's not a blame game, it's not a culture blame thing, it's about us reflecting an open, honest and transparent service. So don't be afraid to critique and give feedback. Now, most SARs that I've been involved in over the last couple of decades go through 8 to 10 versions before it's finalised. And you can have some quite heated discussions in producing the SAR. But just remember the end reader the end reader has to be engaged and kept and feel involved and can really reflect that back and say, yeah, I can see that in this service. Like, after reading that, it's going to be a really good idea about what this service is, its strengths and its weaknesses. Now, from its weaknesses, we'll identify the QIP, the Quality Improvement Plan. So it's okay not to be good at everything. We're not great at everything, we know that. But what's important is that we learn from it, that the lessons are learned, and that we can produce a quality improvement plan that shows the reader the journey that we're going to travel to become better. Now, again, you might not agree with the quality improvement plan. You might read that and think, oh, I don't really understand this. This isn't what I thought it was going to be. So it's important, again, that you comment on the quality improvement plan, that you feel that you've been involved in it in somehow. So whether that's as somebody that's contributed or someone that's just left a comment or critiqued. What's important is that the SAR and the QIP are company-wide documents that are co-produced with everyone involved in the service. And once the final documents are confirmed, that you take time to read it and understand it. It is simply not good enough for you not to know your company or your organisation's outcomes. You should be able to at least know the quality benchmarking system that the company has gone through. So please, when you see the SAR is up for review, that you take the time and the respect to comment on it. And if you don't understand the context of the SAR or the quality improvement plan, that you feel enough confidence to challenge it. My final comment on the SAR and the QIP is every person in that organisation, be it directly or indirectly, internal customer, external customer, internal partner, external partner, employer, learner, everybody should have read it and understood it. And if they can't access it, then it is not fit for purpose. Because remember, this is a working live document that shows the strengths and weaknesses of your organisation. So please, make sure it is open, it is honest, and it is transparent. Because if everyone has co-produced it, if everyone has owned it, it will read like a behaviour and a habit which is natural for your organisation. If the habit isn't there, Ofsted will see straight through it and know that the SAR is not a true reflection of your organisation. Therefore, you will get their backup immediately before you've even let them in the door. So take a little bit of time, develop your SAR, develop the QIP, and make sure that everyone in the organisation knows it. Good luck with your SAR and QIP.